Tip number 98 from the book 501 Contractor Tips. This is in the chapter of hiring employees. Tip number 98 is discrimination. Now this could be an extremely touchy subject. If you don't know anything about the discrimination laws, you'd better find out before you even think about hiring your first employee. And do not be surprised if you're a black man, African American, and you hire other African Americans. Do not be surprised. Don't just underestimate these people, that they can't sue you for something that you did or said incorrectly. You know, this isn't just a black and black thing or a white and white thing or any other race. You know, it's not just about being a white man and hiring a Chinese worker, you know, and then saying something. This happens to a lot of different people. So this discrimination thing isn't just a race thing. You know, it's not just a man and a woman thing. So you need to contact your local government and state and find out more information on discrimination laws. And like I said, this could be tough. I actually worked on a union job one time. And so this was for the carpenters union. And there was a certain amount of people on the job. It was a large job. I think we were building almost 100 apartments is what we were doing, or condominiums. And I knew pretty much most of the carpenters I worked with. But one day I looked over there and there was a white woman, an Oriental man, and an African American man. And they didn't do anything. They walked around the job most of the time. And so I asked the foreman one time, I said, who are they? And he says, oh, they're with the union. Well, I thought that they were actually working for the union as union representatives on the job, watching everything. Until one day I actually seen them doing some carpentry work. And then I asked the foreman again, I go, hey, I don't, mean to pry. I says, but who are those people? I know you said they were with the union. And he says, they're just here because if we hire a certain amount of carpenters to have some type of a quota, they needed to have a different race and a woman on the job. They didn't do anything. Don't underestimate these laws or what will be required of you if you become a large enough contractor. So if let's just say you have 10 people working for you now, and you're planning on doubling the size of your business, you'd better make sure that you don't need to fill some type of a quota if you have a certain amount of employees. And again, I'm just throwing that out there. I know very little about filling quotas because it's like I mentioned earlier, if you watched one of my previous videos that I made earlier, I hope I don't have to hire anybody ever again because the whole process is a nightmare. But if you really want to make the big money, you're going to have to hire people. The most money I ever made in my life was when I had employees working for me. So it all depends. You can stay small and play it safe. But if you're going to go big, then there is a lot of information you're going to need to gather. And I suggest you start doing it now if you're planning on expanding your business. Because the last thing you want to deal with is some type of a financial nightmare just because you said something or did something wrong around one of your employees.